Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Today we're starting our new Liu Bei campaign for the Mandate of Heaven DLC. We're back here at the faction select screen, so we just did the preview, but we exited the beta build. We're now on the official release build, just like all of you who have gotten the DLC on day one, and we'll be starting a brand new campaign with Liu Bei, the virtuous idealist. I'll do a brief introduction of his faction again for those of you joining us for the first time, but this will probably be the third time we're doing this officially on the channel, since we did play a Liu Bei campaign to kick things off when I first started the channel, and we also did a preview video, so let's keep this quick. Liu Bei here is the virtuous idealist, and this background gives him a boost of +4 public order and -50% upkeep for militia infantry. He is a commander, and his faction specialization is Unity, which increases your prestige, unlocks additional administrator positions, and increases your overall income. And you gain Unity through having generals that are satisfied with you, as well as winning battles and releasing enemy captives. So your playstyle focus is companionship. Unique feature for your faction are 2 archery units. They are the E archers and the E marksmen. The term E here refers to the E province in the Shu lands here, where Liu Bei eventually claims and make emperorship the kingdom of Shu. So that's why we have the E archers. These are basically standard archers with excellent melee capabilities. So they become excellent fighters after you run out of arrows. Other than that, they're not too different from the standard archers. And you have a Shu Han tax collection building. This is a tax collection building replacement chain. It gives you extra peasantry income while reducing the amount of public order you suffer from the building itself, making it an excellent early game income source for Liu Bei. You also have the ability to unify. This allows you to confederate other factions to absorb them at the start of the campaign. For most other factions, you don't have this option until you reach the rank of Duke, I believe. But it's quite hard to convince a faction to give up their faction and join you, because you essentially destroy their faction. It's much like annexing. And finally, we have Integrate, which is a way we can use our Unity Point, since Unity Point never decays. You can spend Unity Point to claim Han Empire settlements. Whether you're at war with the Han Empire or not, basically allow you to capture those settlements through using your Unity Points. And we're going to just read this little script here, flavor text, because I feel like it's quite descriptive of Liu Bei's life. Liu Bei has come from nothing, has nothing, and in him lies the potential to be something far greater. Born with nominal attachments to the ruling Han dynasty, Liu Bei grew up with ambitious dreams and lofty ideals. Yet his ardor has faded with his life, shaken by tragedy and become more mundane out of necessity. However, though dimmed, his passion has never fully died. Loved by all those who know him, Liu Bei still has the desire to aid the world. He just does not know how. Well, we will show him how. Liu Bei starts this 182 campaign with nothing, literally nothing. And we're going to build him from the ground up to make him achieve his dreams. So we'll be once again playing on legendary 40-minute battle timer on romance mode. And we'll kick things off. See you in game.
四海之内，流言风起，皆云天数有变，汉作已终。张氏兄弟揭竿而起，意在诛灭无道昏君，推翻汉王朝。雄心野望如燎原之火，一星难灭，终至欲壑难填。试问天下有谁能抵挡权柄的诱惑呢？宦官们对汉室倾颓视而不见，依旧为自己攫取着更大的权力。那些曾忠于汉王朝的诸侯，则看到了机会。世道如此。 天下人无不设法为己身谋取利益，而张角则盘算着要君临天下，统御四海。 天子大权旁落，皇后和宦官们争权夺利，作乱朝政。战火已是一触即发，不知要流尽多少鲜血，才能使天下重归一统。主公，您身为汉室宗亲，生活却与平民无异。
然而，我岂能甘于知悉贩履？如今朝廷无道，民不聊生，诸侯皆为一己之私利而战。或许我当救黎民于水火。
您赢得了人民的爱戴，可以将能人志士引荐到您的麾下。诸位英雄豪杰将助您打击贪官污吏。
我应当先与西南方的卢植会面。此人是我的良师益友，得其指点，必有裨益。之后，我当转向东北方，彼为我故乡所在。无论如何，我都不会抛弃我的同乡父老。
主公，您确乎贤明仁德，天下亟待您拯救。召集军队，前进吧。
Alright, we're loaded up in here. Virtuous idealists. Born of a poor family in Duel County, you lost your father at a young age. Although a relative of the imperial family, you had to weave straw mats and sandals to support your family. While somewhat disinterested in studying under your mentor Lu Zhi, you love to hunt and play music. Now you seek to serve the Han in any way possible. So our mission hint is travel the land in service of the Han, and do not be quick to take territory, and you will be rewarded for your service. We'll take the second one to heart, because we didn't do so in the preview. Liu Bei senses a change in the air, and we have to beat up Shen Shi. And, it's Shen Shi. We checked the Chinese characters here. And rewards on success is treasury plus 1,000. So, let's jump into the game here. We'll be playing it as though we never tried this, even though we have done the preview for first-time viewers' sake. And we start out here north of the Yellow River. We are next to Lu Zhi, who is our teacher's land of Henei, and our, I guess, our hometown land of Duel County in Pingyuan Commandery over here. Duel should be a little bit farther north, but same thing. Pingyuan was where Liu Bei had his first job, so that makes sense. And we start out next to 3 armies, actually. We have the Lunar Army, led by Shen Shi over here. In this version, he is a champion with 2 Ji militia, very weak army here. And then we get assistance from the Han Empire, which is interesting, because our army is perfectly capable of beating that. We start out with Liu Bei, who starts out level 1, fresh start. We have no traits. We basically literally start out with nothing. No items, we just have our unique model armor. It still provides encourage, 15 points of authority, 6 resolve stat, very good stat bonuses for a leader. We get a plain white horse, and we get our standard background bonus, which is a poor background, so we get minus 25% income, plus 4 public order. The minus 50% upkeep for militia infantry is nice, but with this new 1.4 patch change to morale, most militia infantry's morale got hit pretty hard, and the militia archers' damage got hit pretty hard. So this is actually much weaker than before. We do start out with youth. Nothing beats youth. We're 21 years old. Nothing to be afraid here. Oh, also, for those of you interested, we do start out with a lot of stats. We start out with 80 points of extra stat. The standard baseline for legendary characters is 60 points. Anything above 60 is considered premium. So Liu Bei definitely starts out with excellent amount of stats here. 15 points to expertise, which will give him melee evasion. 40 points to resolve, gives him a lot of health. 25 points to authority, gives him more satisfaction boost for his entire faction. So that's how we're going to start the game off. Let's see what items we get. We got an officer, which is decent. Gives us formations for our infantries. But militias, once again, can't use formations. But authority points also nice. Eavesdropper, kind of useless. We can play trade that away. And a clay axe. So since we're officially playing the Let's Play, we're going to take things a little slower and play a little bit more carefully. We also always start out with the stone pig. It seems to be the standard item for every factions in the Mandate of Heaven. Every faction will start out with a stone pig. I think it's a bit better than the clay axe, so we're going to equip that. We don't really need any more authority because we don't have any characters to keep happy. We're alone in this world. And we can start out in diplomacy. We don't have any land, so we don't have any trade options. But you can get other deals done at the beginning, including looking at Empire factions to see who starts out with good items that you might be interested in. We're going to do this real quick here because we do have a couple of items, 2 items in particular that we don't really want. So we could definitely see if we could get an item from one of these factions. Well, Liu Chong always starts out with this legendary book. It's very good, but it's super expensive to trade for, and it's not going to be game-changing for us to trade for it. Even though Zhuge Liang also focuses on crossbow units, so it could be some synergies there. Mostly, I'm looking for satisfaction boosting item to counteract the effect of legendary difficulty. And turn 1's the only turn you can do this. Discourse of State's not that useful in the beginning, and we don't need any more discounts. Oh my god, no one has good items. Brown horse. Ooh, this might be good. Campaign movement range plus satisfaction plus cunning. I kind of like campaign movement range in general. It's not a super expensive item. It's not a super game breaking item. So let's offer up our 2 unit. We might still need to give him 0.3 worth of money. Oh, actually, he is valuing it at 7.9. He has -4 opinion on this idea. Then never mind. Sun Jian doesn't like us? Is this the same case with everyone? Because if that's so, we can stop wasting time to look at these items because I cannot afford extra points there. I don't think I've seen this item before. It provides +2 satisfaction, which is interesting. Feels like we're actually not gonna get a deal done. Ah, local administrator. Looks like a concubine, but it's not. So, happy for nothing there. Ding Yuan, you're close by. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything, but Dong He. Land Shaper, okay. Yeah, everyone has a stone pig. We're family. Maybe we'll just grab a... Ooh, Jade Horseman. Maybe we'll just grab an Astronomer. +2 satisfaction is still +2 satisfaction. Yeah, we're almost done. Bear with us. Warblade is nice, but we can't afford it. Artisan's nice. Receive marriage. Lady... Ah. Yes, we should get ourselves married eventually. Overseer is very nice. Please don't hate us. Don't give us a +4 points of nothing there. Wow, plus even more here. Okay, I give up. We're gonna keep our items and move on here. Sorry about wasting our time, but just gotta check all the boxes. We're gonna be picking up this fight here because we don't have any trade. Yep, this is pretty much all we can do right now. I don't want to take medium casualties, so we'll be fighting this one on the field. Alrighty, we're loaded up in here. The whole point of us fighting this is reduce casualties, so what we're going to do is we're going to stick closer to our ally and this patch of forest here. We're going to basically let our ally do most of the fighting, and we'll come in with the cavalry for a flank at the end. We can't control them because they're not our faction, but it's fine. We're going to keep our archers out in the open, and we're going to hide our cavalry with Liu Bei, who we will not be dueling because he doesn't have any items to help him win that duel. We'll keep them to protect the archers. We'll trail behind this army to see what happens. Even though we're going to play a little bit slower and safer in this official Let's Play, I think the Liu Bei Let's Play will still be on the aggressive side because we will be at the forefront against Yellow Turbans. My goal is to secure us a very safe flank in the north before we attempt to become an emperor ourselves. Now, if this unit would just move... What are they doing? Okay, nice ambush, but your leader is leaving you. Yeah, so I think we're going to go for a more aggressive playstyle with Liu Bei's faction. Although I think one of the benefit of having the 182 start is that we have more turns to enjoy our characters. And we should be patient because a lot of the events like Zhuge Liang event and other Shu event will trigger much later in the game. So if we take things slower, we get to see more historically legendary characters. If we finish our campaign, within 100 turns, it will actually be a lot quicker than the base game. We won't even see Zhuge Liang spawn. So we're going to be very patient and enjoy the story as we go along. But we'll still get a lot of fights because we'll be fighting the Zhang brothers. I know a lot of you voted for Liu Chong, and I will try to make sure you guys get to see him. What I'm going to do is wait till our Dongzhuo campaign finishes. Once our Dongzhuo campaign wraps up, we'll start a concurrent Let's Play on the channel featuring Liu Chong. And for that one, we'll play more as a regent character. We won't have the ambition of becoming emperor ourselves. We'll try to keep Liu Hong around. And if we need to vassalize him, we'll vassalize him. Alright, we're going to shift here. And Liu Bei here, we're going to dream about becoming emperor ourselves. After all, we did have our mulberry tree moment growing up. We'll explain that when that event triggers. And from the little flavor text we read before we loaded up in here, we know that Liu Bei has this almost a crush with how he enjoys the Han Empire. He sees himself associated with the Han Empire. Alright, let's start firing. There we go. So the bow that they're using here is a little bit stronger than the archer bow. You have more firing rate. Firing rate's not that high. 12 is decent, not like super high. And we have excellent base damage. That's kind of where we're winning here. Alright, they're doing the job for us. Liu Bei can come in and sneak in some experience. Shoot them. Don't worry about friendly fire. They're not really friendly. Alright, these are all our experience. Back off. Yes, so Liu Bei here is, we're going to aim for become an empire, emperor ourselves, create our own empire here. Shu Han will be the way to go here. Alright, those are our experience too. So I don't know what to do about these E marksmen. They're the level 6 version. They're very strong, but if you look at the damage, it's not game breaking enough for us to keep them in the early game, because we do start out with one of the worst economies in the game because we have a poor background. I'll keep them around while we are regionless. Right now we don't have any territory, so there is actually a regionless buff where we have minus 50% retinue upkeep, so it's half price to keep this guy right now. And okay, we just stop chasing, it's fine. I don't want him to go crazy and start charging us. Alright, let's eat up all this experience. And Liu Bei's armor actually has a 15% additional retinue upkeep discount. So that unit here is actually getting 65% discount in the beginning while we don't have a region. I prefer if he routes and run away, because I do want to capture him. In one of our Liu Hong's camp preview video, we actually captured him, and he actually had the burn buff on him. I don't know if it was random or not, but ooh, they're waiting for us. Can you route? Alright, he routed. You should route too. Come on. We can't frontal charge that. That would just hurt us, as they have charge reflect. But we can charge them from the side, like this. Alright, more experience for us. He's bounced back, but run. Give us a chance to capture you. Alright, he's done. Get out. Alright, we're going to let him safely run away. We're just going to end here. Liu Bei's going to get a little less experience. Alrighty. Clean fight. We're going to try for a lots of clean fight in this campaign. Those aren't our units, so don't worry about that. We might have captured him. Let's see. Always go for ransom and release. This will give us the unity points. So that's another reason why I want to fight more of these fights manually. If they're boring, I'll cut them out. But I want to reduce our casualties so we don't have to go for a recruit, and we can stick to ransom and release and get more income and unity points. Alright, we got 1,000 gold here. And we get our first mission. Liu Bei rallies volunteers to the cause. Recruit and maintain a total of 6 units at the start of turn. Currently we have 5. And we get 1,000 gold off of that. And our next mission is to visit our mentor, Lu Zhi. And we have to move to the Henei small city. Just have to get into the boundaries of that county there. And we get another 1,000 gold. So let's center the map once again. We're going to be headed down south towards Henei's small city. You can check the boundaries once you zoom out, so it's right here. We're going to move first before recruiting so that we get an extra turn of mustering, because if we recruit and then move, we lose our mustering bonus. So we're going to just recruit one more unit here. If you look at our bonus here, we have Regionalist Faction. This is the bonus I was talking about when we were doing the battle. We get additional 50% retinue upkeep as long as we don't own any territory, so there's no rush to take any territory. We also get plus 50 military supply when in unfriendly territory. So right now, since we're in the friendly territory of Lu Zhi, but we're currently at winter season, so the climate is causing a bit of a drain on our military supplies. As you can see here, military supply give you extra morale and replenishment bonuses. Once it goes down to 0, your units will start suffering through attrition and you can no longer replenish. So that's something to keep an eye on. And because we have 50% here, 50% from our background for militia infantry, and 15% from our armor, all these militia units are actually free. If you can see, the upkeep is 0. These aren't militia units. Saber cavalries, they're currently running 65% discount as well. They're 70. This one is 74. So these are going to cost close to 200 once our bonuses go away. A little less than 200, but still. So when we're considering what units to recruit, I think we're still going to favor militia infantry just because they're going to be free. We're going to pick up archer here, and we're going to pick up a G militia here. Just extra defense against enemy cavalry. We have a decent front line with saber calves to absorb enemy range attacks, so our archers should be fine sitting back to shoot. And we can just end our turn here. We did everything we could. Alrighty, new turn. We recruited our 6th unit, actually 7, and we get our 1,000 gold. And we're going to step into Lu Zhi's territory here. We're actually just going to go all the way. I think this is definitely within his territory. Alright, so we're visiting our mentor, but it turns out that once we do, he asks us for our help because there is an army here, a Lunar Army, and we get 1,000 gold just by fighting it. We don't have to defeat it, we just have to engage them in battle. And here we have enemy vanguard with 2 cavalry. A lot of looters like cavalry units, so having some Z militia definitely helps. There's a character available to recruit. So even though we have no land, we can still recruit characters. Renqi here is not that useful, so we're going to pass on him. He's not bad, just I don't think we need him. Our brothers are coming once we get the rebellion started. So we're going to save our spot for our swarm brothers. There's not much to do. I think we'll just quickly talk about Unity since we did show Unity points after the last battle there. Unity is a resource here that goes from 0 to 1,000 with 250 as each of the tier breakdown points. So 250, 500, 750. You just have to go above 250 to enjoy the bonuses for the next tier. So here, currently at first tier, there are no bonuses. We don't get anything. Once we get into tier 2, you get 25 prestige points, which helps your faction rank up. You get +1 administrative positions, which is great for income. Liu Bei actually is the faction that will have the most regular administrator positions just because of Unity, because we can eventually get up to 3. We also get +10% income from all sources for all our territories. So both administrator and the income boost will make our economy very, very strong. Additionally, the stats just go up as you go up tiers, 75 points, +2 administrator, +15% all income, all the way to +3 administrator, +20% for all income. And prestige point for first time players dictates our faction rank. We start out as a shoemaker. We're literally selling straw sandals right now. So at this point, we have the bonus of having only one army available on the map. That's an army count limit. We have -50% income from family estate, meaning we are basically poor. That's basically what they're saying. And then once we rank up, once we get 30 prestige point, which can be gained by having settlements. Settlements all come with a certain amount of prestige points. We still get only one army, but we get one additional assignment slot. And then you can rank up farther as you get more prestige point all the way to king. Once you get to king, the first 3 warlords will be named emperor. This is the 3 kingdoms event. And beyond that, you can unlock yourself to become an emperor yourself, and you get a new unique court system. This is part of the victory condition, the final victory condition of the game. So that's it. Just introducing these features real quick. We can end turn and fight this army soon. Before then, it's spring season. Every spring we get to pick a reform. So let's open up the reform tree here. This is essentially the tech tree. Every faction starts out with a different free reform. Ours is resettlement incentive, plus 3k population growth, and unlocks the level 4 livestock farm upgrade. So we can't take advantage of any trades right now, so this is kind of useless. We can't take advantage of commerce income, peasantry income, or unit unlocks. This is probably the best way to go for future recruitment discounts. We already have a lot of upkeep discount. We might as well get some recruitment discount, and we might just focus heavily on the red tree here in the beginning. This plus 10% replenishment is very attractive. Getting these pre-battle deployables are also a very attractive option for us. So let's start out here. Now, if you're really cheap, you could have not recruited 2 units last turn and wait till this reform to recruit 2 units this turn for an 8% discount. But on militia units, you're really just saving, I think, maybe 16 gold, 20 gold each. So not a big deal here. But let's continue. All right, the looters on the run again. I say again because they did the same thing to us on the preview build. Han Sui declared war on looters. Mulberry tree. This is our first story event. When you were but a child, you had a mulberry tree growing in your garden. The tree was over 50 feet tall and shape uncannily resembled the canopy of a chariot. To many, including yourself, this foretold of fame and honor in your future. However, to your uncle, this was a sign that you could cause great tragedy. So this story, it's not explained very clearly, but the idea is you have this giant tree, right? And the canopy resembles the canopy of a chariot, but not just any chariot, the chariot of the emperor. So Liu Bei would like to stand under the tree and declare himself emperor as a kid. He had big dreams of his bloodline of being the Liu clan, being part of the imperial family, even though his branch of the family has long fallen out of favor. But so that's why your uncle think you could cause trouble by making these a bit treasonous declarations as a kid, but you had big dreams for yourself. So that's why we have this event, and now we get to choose our first trait, because currently we still don't have any trait. And we can choose between two. We can choose between kind, which gives +2 resolve, +6 authority, 5 satisfaction faction-wide, and +2 public order if we are administrator. The faction-wide boost is also only available if you're a prime minister, heir, or faction leader, but since we're the faction leader, this definitely applies. The trait gained is other trait is Tranquil, and you get +12 points resolve, so you get much more stat points. All right, total of 12 versus a total of 8. You also get +5% armor for your retinue, +3% replenishment for your own army. So technically, the battle, in the sense of battling, Tranquil is a much better trait. You get more health by having more resolve. You give your retinue more armor, also +3% replenishment. But I still think kind is better for Liu Bei, just because of the +5 satisfaction boost, because satisfaction drives your unity points. We currently don't have any other generals, so there's no satisfaction issue. But once we do get generals, we want to keep them happy. The happier they are, the faster we gain unity. The faster we gain unity, the faster we rank up, the faster we get access to more things, the more income we have, the more administrator we have. So I think kind is the better choice here. And Liu Bei, honestly, is not going to be a great general. He's not going to be your key fighting source. So giving him better fighting traits probably isn't going to be game breaking enough to go away from kind. So we're going to build him as a good leader here. Signs of fame and honor for us. And the Zhang brothers. So this is the event where the 3 brothers in the north are starting to gather followers and calling themselves the Old Turbans and potentially rebelling one day. We have to chase these guys down though. So we're just going to go after them as much as we can until they decide to stop running. Oh, Zhang Bao is here to attack the Han Empire. Hopefully, we're not at war with them before the rebellion starts, so things should be fine. And we did gain a trait. There's nothing else to do. Let's continue. Alright, Liu Hong declares war on looters. Our second event, the excellent student. As a young man, your mother had sent you to study under the great scholar Lu Zhi. However, you were far more fond of carousing with music and hunting. One sunny day, your friend and fellow student Gong Sunzan asked you if you want to ditch lessons to go into the village. So, we were definitely not a good student. Liu Bei definitely was not a renowned scholar, didn't learn much from Lu Zhi, but made a lot of friends. And one of those friends include Gong Sunzan. So, we can choose to increase our relationship with either Lu Zhi or Gong Sunzan. For this case, we're going to follow a story and go party with our friend Gong Sunzan over here. Now the issue is that factions, the looters are just running north, and we're running through Zhang Bao's territory, so we no longer can replenish. I want to see which way they ran. They ran up, so farther into Zhang Bao's territory. Things are not looking great. Let's see where he leads us. Okay, Zhang Bao has more forces up front. We have a few generals in the recruitment pool. We can take a look at these to see if anyone has anything super good. Bright, not brilliant, so not so great. Although she could be a good administrator. We have plus food production here, plus food production here. And she has unbreakable, which doesn't really help. But she's okay. We could consider recruiting her. We'll pass on him. And he also has the food option available. And plus 5% income from all sources. So he's going to be a better food administrator, a peasantry administrator. Because we have plus 2 food here, potentially plus 5 food here, plus 20% peasantry here, and plus 5% from all sources. So I think we're going to actually grab him. Cai Mao, competent sailor. Why is he in our pool? Shouldn't you go join Liu Bei? Yeah, I'm going to pass on him, even though he does have a unique background. It doesn't really apply to us. Competent sailor, plus 5 reserve faction wide. Not going to use him. We're going to recruit him. He's also level 1, so he should stay relatively happy in our faction. He used to work for the Han Empire. Can't imagine him being a spy, so we're going to just recruit him. He could be a spy, right? It doesn't eliminate him from being a spy because he's not willing to spy for us, and he doesn't hate his old faction. But I'm just hoping the Han Empire isn't bored enough to spy on us. So now we look at his satisfaction level. So his satisfaction level is 62, and because it's green, we should be getting a point from him after the game resolves the issue of next turn. We should see that he should be happy enough to give us a point of unity per turn. If not, we'll give him some items too, because we do have a lot of items sitting on the bench. We'll grab this. That doesn't help him. Alright, just make him a little happier. 66, does that give us... I don't think its display changes until the next turn anyways. Let's hope he stops running, because we're running deeper and deeper into Yellow Turban territory. That's not good. Alright, seems like he heard us, because he ran right back to attack us. That's very nice. We're going to be jumping into the fight here. I'll cut this fight out. It's going to be relatively boring. Save us a little time so we can show a little bit more in episode 1. See you guys at the end. Alrighty. It's not the cleanest fight, but it's hard to beat cavalry when you don't have enough spear units. And the general did quite a bit of damage. We'll get unity here. Alright, the looter ran away. There's no reason to chase them because all we needed is to finish this mission here. To trigger the next mission, Lu Zhi makes a farther request for us. He wants us to move towards Pingyuan's town. We're going to do that. And we get our next trait event, gift from Liu Deran's father. While a student, you study with a distant kingsman, Liu Deran. Knowing of your poverty, his father treated you like his own son and often offered you gifts of food and provisions. One day he handed you a large bundle, a gift for you and your mother. Now we can either accept it humbly, which will give us the humble trait. This trait gives us plus 2 resolve, plus 6 authority, no desire for higher office, plus 10 satisfaction, and decreased ambition gained as independence as administrator. Basically this trait provides us nothing. Because we are the faction leader, there is no desire to speak of, there is no satisfaction to speak of, and we can't make him administrator. So we're only getting plus 2 resolve, plus 6 authority if we pick this route. So to spice things up, you get 1,000 gold. Or you can think about how to repay him. And we gain charismatic this way. Plus 12 points authority. So more stats once again, picking option B. 12 points versus 8 points total. We get the 5 points of satisfaction boost faction wide over here. We talked about this. This is very key for our unity growth. The plus 3 public order doesn't apply because we can't be administrator. The increased ambition doesn't apply because we can't be administrator. So I'm going to go with charismatic here. It's the better choice for Liu Bei's faction in my opinion. We can always get 1,000 gold some other way. And it's very Chinese to not accept gifts or think about how to repay gifts. Accepting it humbly is not humble at all. You know, New Year's coming up, so everyone's getting red pockets, red envelopes, 红包, and it's an art to push it back and still accept it. All right, we're gonna stay on march because we want to get out of Yellow Turban territory as quickly as possible. We don't want to stay here. We want to get back to Lu Zhi's land, so we're gonna march to here, away from the city's radius, in case war starts, but it's fine. War doesn't start till the summer season of 184. So next turn we'll switch back to regular stance and we'll start walking back. We now have 2 traits. And we now have more authority. More importantly, we have plus 10 points of satisfaction. This counteracts the entire legendary difficulty satisfaction penalty of 10 points. So he's just happier and happier. And you see here, we waited a turn so it refreshed. We get +1 unity points per turn passively because our character like us. And to keep him from liking us, we need to reduce his lack of purpose gain. He gains this +2 every turn. He also will lose the recently hired bonus of +20 by 2 points every turn. So he's actually gonna get mad at us fairly soon, but hopefully we'll be able to make him our first administrator soon as well. So no rush here. We'll slowly develop him, and we can just end turn here. All right, Liu Hong declares war on Zhang Bao, and Liu Chong declares war on Zhang Bao. Sure. Looters still around. And we get our third trait, the fighting man. While you were not studying, you often spent time in the company of local youth, as you loved to box and were considered to be the best around. As a result, many younger people, impressed by your strength and agility, began to follow you around and ask to become your followers. We can accept them, follow the story, and get fraternal. +8 points resolve, reduced penalty from desire for higher office. The bonus there is useless, so basically 8 points resolve here. One thing you could consider is fraternal is a trait that's going to be on your 2 sworn brothers, so you could bond with them through this trait, but regardless, they're going to like you anyways. Trait gain option here is be a lone wolf and pick brave. You get additional resolve points, and you get +6 morale when commanding. This is obviously better. You get more points. You also get a little morale bonus when commanding. That commanding bonus is less relevant because eventually you don't want Liu Bei to be your commander because he doesn't have reach. But in the beginning, it's fine. So we will take the extra 4 points of resolve stat here and be a lone wolf and get brave. Tang Zhou defects, so he's a Yellow Turban officer. He basically rats out the Yellow Turban plan to assault the capital. And we leveled up. We're gonna go this route here. We're gonna get intensity first. The key skills for Liu Bei is gonna be flexibility, dignity, nobility, and understanding. These 4 skills all provide leadership bonuses. Minus 25% redeployment cost, +5 faction support, +20, +1 assignment, also +20% range block chance for melee cavalry. That's all very good bonuses, and +1 starting rank. So we're probably gonna go down this route here to acquire these traits. We could also go this route, but clarity is a much worse skill when compared to intensity. We get some mighty knockback, and we get charge speed on the retinues. So we're going to go down this route here. Now we can switch back to normal stance, so we can replenish, and we can end our turn within friendly territory of Luzhi as we head towards Pingyuan, which already been captured by Yellow Turbans, but that's fine. And we have characters in our pool. We have Mi Zhu and Lu Fan, both excellent characters that we can consider recruiting for different reasons. Lu Fan here, we recruit him mainly because he's Go Master. Go Master gives him +100% income from silk and 100% income from spice. In the long run, once you get to become emperor yourself or you become king, you have a prime minister slot. Or you have basically all these become prime minister slot once you become emperor, and this bonus become active. And if you control the silk in the north or spice in the south, a very good income gain. He's level 4, so he's also high level, but his traits usually aren't as good. His traits usually not cunning focus. You can actually check his skill tree here by right clicking these icons to open up this menu. So you see that he starts out with a very nice trait line here. The abundance is a little bit excessive because I don't think we'll make him our administrator because he does have a lot of increased ambition to gain independence as administrator and only a +3 public order bonus. But he starts out with flaming shot on his siege weapons, so that's very good. Extra range armor piercing damage and also extra range damage in general. So good character to recruit. We'll definitely think about recruiting him. Mi Zhu here is historically part of Liu Bei's faction. He works under Tao Qian, but when Tao Qian and Liu Bei's faction merged in history, he joined Liu Bei. He actually pushed for that merge and even married his own sister, Lady Mi, to Liu Bei. But he has a fondness toward us, so he left Tao Qian's faction. He's trying to join us. Now his tree is also very decent. Wisdom River is very useful. Composure gives him Night Battle. He has Pacifist, which is a little weaker for mustering term, but not the end of the world. +5 income from all sources is decent. Also character experience boost. So he can work his way toward getting these useful battle skills. We can probably use him on the battlefield. Decent cunning again. Also very young. Dependable Administrator gives him only +5 reserve, so that's not relevant, but does give him 30 points of stats. If you have a unique background here, you get extra stat points, so 30. If you don't, you have just a generic one, it's only 15 points of stat. So a little bit pathetic. I want to grab both of them. There we go. And we might consider putting one of them in our army for making our army stronger as we go closer towards Yellow Turban territory. The one I'm thinking about is Liu Fan, because he's going to be unhappy sitting here because he's higher level and because he can take advantage of Flaming Shot right away. So we're going to do that. We're going to pop Liu Fan here into our army. We'll let him keep the archers because they're free right now. We have Regionalist Faction plus our faction bonus. We do want a couple trebuchets though. That's the big unit I want to recruit. So 2 more archers and 2 more trebuchets here. Our income is stretched super thin. We're gonna be poor for a while, so might as well get used to it. Let's continue. All right, Prince Liu Chong has declared war on looters. Looters destroyed. Okay, we get more characters. All right, no one interesting this time. Just gotta check if anyone have the burn trait. They do not. Okay, so we don't have to worry about them. We're not going to wait around for mustering. We're going to just try to head over here to the Pingyuan as soon as we can. We also can pick a new reform. We're going to continue down the red tree here because we still don't have territory to take advantage of anything else. Out of these two, this one's definitely the better one to go for first. And we can just proceed from here. Alright. Yellow Turban Rebellion has started. The Mandate War begins. So the Yellow Turban are officially at war with the entire empire. And we have a new basic objective here of winning the Mandate War, which for us means we have to kill all 3 brothers factions. And Gongdu, the old Yellow Turban factions like Huangshao, Gongdu, and He Yi are now spawning on the map. And the regular Yellow Turban Rebellion, the rebels, are also into their alliance. But in response, Liu Hong, the emperor, has rallied the entire empire to go to war with the alliance of Yellow Turbans here. And we're right here, part of this empire. So we get more character available. Sun Qian. Sun Qian is also another loyalist that joins us from Tao Qian's faction. Historically relevant character, that's why he has a fondness toward us. That's why he appears in our pool. Also very young. Upstanding loyalist, plus 6k population growth. The 15 points of cunning is nice. His skills are also decent. His skill tree is pretty bad. This is probably the worst place you can start out as for strategists. Starting out with this skill and either of these, or this skill with either of these, are all better than this. We have a little bit too many characters right now. We can't afford him. He will knock our economy to negative. So we're going to pass on him for now. If he reappears in the future, we might recruit him just for story's sake. But right now, we're going to just pass on him. Alright, we're going to pop our mission here just by stepping into Pingyuan. We get 1,000 gold, much needed. And rebels lie in wait for Liu Bei. We got to engage rebel general here. Should be a looter, I think, or could be Yellow Turban. We can't see them right now. We're going to just wait for him here so we can replenish. See if he come closer to us. Lu Zhi seems to be doing well. He has started to expand. Hopefully he doesn't get wiped. That would be tragic. We will be stuck in Yellow Turban territory without an ally. But yeah, that's all we can do for now. Let's continue. And by the way, unity points still going up, but only 1 point at a time because they're starting to become unhappy with us because of the lack of purpose. Not much we can do about that right now, so we're going to just leave it be. Let's continue. Alright, Han Sui declare war on looters. So the new army is the Lunar Army. Oath in the Peach Garden. They missed out the background picture here on this build. Still some bugs they gotta fix. We basically get the event of Oath in the Peach Gardens, where Guan Yu and Zhang Fei joins us. I'm sure everyone knows this story by now. Basically, Yellow Turbans raging on. The three of them meet by chance, and they all want to help the Han and defeat the Yellow Turbans. So they decide to make an oath in Zhang Fei's Peach Garden. Zhang Fei is a rich boy. Don't be mistaken by how history portrays his look. He definitely didn't look like this in history, and he was not a brute. He was very well educated, very rich family. You know, you don't just own a butcher shop and a wine shop and be able to afford to drink all that much liquor if you were poor and not educated. Guan Yu is a fugitive in history, not a bad fugitive. He basically saw a local bully in his hometown when growing up, and to help his friend, he fought the bully and accidentally killed the bully, which made him a juvenile criminal. So he ran away from his hometown and basically was selling beans and stuff, dates and beans, as he made a living for himself until he met Liu Bei. And Liu Bei was selling straw mats. So out of these three, Zhang Fei was definitely the most well off. And Liu Bei was able to convince them to join him together, and the three of them swore to die on the same day and restore the Han. So all of a sudden they're on the map. All of a sudden we have 3 armies, even though our limit is 1. So here's the thing. If we combine them into one army, our limit will stay at 1. If we don't combine them into one army, we can get more than 1 army limit, even though that's our limit right now. So be careful here. If you just recall some generals and split them up, you could actually mess things up for yourself. Having more than 1 army is very useful at this point. Our economy can't take it, but that's fine. We can lose some money in the beginning. Guan Yu here starts out level 4, very, very strong. As we said, our brothers have Fraternal, so if we pick Fraternal, we would have been able to bond them in terms of our friendship. But we're going to have decent friendship with them anyways. We're going to grab Reach. We're going to grab Trust for extra armor for spear units. And then we're going to twist up to Unstoppable here. And then we're going to just wind our way towards God of War, which is super strong. You can only use this 1 time per battle, but 38k splash damage, basically 1 hits KO enemy generals. So super strong. Zhang Fei here starts out with this tree. There's a couple options you can go. He's only level 2, so you can only pick 1 skill. You can go with Reach, which makes this army highly mobile. Or you can abandon Reach if you want him to follow Guan Yu's army, perhaps. Then there's no reason for both of you to get Reach. In that case, you want to use all your skill point to rush over here to Blazing Roar. Also an ability that you can only use once per battle because it's ridiculously strong. You roar and minus 100 morale to all nearby units, enemy units. So auto rout, right? Doesn't matter what their morale is, you roar, they rout. Now they could recover once the 15-second duration is over, but they can't fight in this 15 seconds. They're running away. So you could turn the tide of battle with this 1 roar. Very, very powerful. So you could speed over there for level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and get it at rank 6. Or if you want Zhang Fei to lead an army, you can go with Reach. My opinion is I prefer to keep Zhang Fei and Guan Yu together. So I don't think he needs Reach. So we're going to go with Endurance and try to rush for this ability as soon as we can. So we're going to pop Zhang Fei and Guan Yu together. They don't have movement this turn, so we can't do anything about that. And we'll keep Liu Bei in a separate army. Because then we can take advantage of his brave stats right now. So we're going to just hang out here, wait for the brothers to be able to move. And we can think about their retinues for a second too, because we can't. These are all free retinues. Right now, the salary situation is mainly because of character salary, and our trebuchets are super expensive. But can't do anything about that. Let's just continue for now. All right, Hanfu got destroyed. I can't wait till most of the northern factions get destroyed. That way we can take those land. Beigong Boyu, this is the Liang Rebellion has happened. So once again, the Emperor calls on the entire empire to fight the Liang Rebellion. And we get a horse merchant event. Once again, background missing. This is you muster your force ready to set out and take on the Yellow Turbans, your new brothers in tow. However, you lack horses and weapons for battle. Fortuitously, a pair of horse traders arrive who, upon hearing of the quest, agree to give brother horses and money for arms. The blacksmiths are summoned, creating fine weapons for each of them. So this is part of the Romance of the Three Kingdoms novel story, where these kind horse merchants give you 500 silver and horses to equip your men, and you spend the money on creating these 3 legendary weapons. Definitely some skilled blacksmith over here to give you 3 legendary gears in a row. Alright, Liang Rebellion happened. So they auto-equip on our generals. So now they look like they're iconic figures with their iconic weapons. We're gonna join the army here. So we will lose our army count here, but that's fine. We don't need 3. So now we have 2 armies, and we can go hunt down that looter and avoid Zhang Liang's forces here, which looks super scary. We get a female character here, so whenever you see a female, you have to think wife, especially commanders. Willing to spy. She's a good spy, but not a good wife, so we're gonna pass on her. And we get our legendary gear. Let's start checking out what's over here. Let's save some movement points. I don't see where the looter are, but we're gonna try to look for them. Alright, we're just gonna step forward a little bit. I don't care about this army. They can't really hurt us. And that's it. Let's take another turn. Alright, Fraternal versus Loyal. Since we don't have Fraternal, we can pick and choose this time. If we pick Loyalty, we'll build a better relationship with Liu Fan. If we pick Fraternal, we'll build a better relationship with Zhang Fei. We are in Liu Fan's army, so maybe we want them to bond. Zhang Fei is not going to be in our army going forward, so it's okay if we don't bond deeper. So we're going to pick Loyalty here. If we had taken the Fraternal trait for these events, we just have to pick Fraternal. But here we have a little bit of an option here. And plus, Loyal's not bad. They're both good. Loyal's slightly better because it has an extra reduced penalty from Independence Administrator. Alright, our big issue is we can't find this rebel. Ah, he's all the way over there. Great. Deep into Yellow Turban territory we go. We're going to just slowly move up. We don't want to attack the town. We want to just follow the mission. Being territorialist gives us a better economic incentive right now. And Lu Zhi could take this, and then we can actually reinforce him here, get some experience. And also, once he takes it, we can replenish here. So we're going to just play a few more turns. This is going to be a long first episode, just because we kind of previewed this. So kind of repetitive material, so we're going to give it a little bit longer here. Alright, Lu Zhi is attacking the town. We're going to go assist and squeeze out some experience for our units. So let's jump into battle here. Alrighty. We cut out the fight because we didn't participate in it. We just had to walk too far, and the AI controlled unit just rushed in and finished the fight. But one thing to note as I was observing the fight, Yellow Turbans get Bringer of Peace on garrison defense, unbreakable units. They get 2 of these. These cause so much damage to their army. Their generals basically all routed. It's insane. We only got our trebuchet in range to shoot a couple towers, so not much going on there, but we tried to help. Alright, Ding Yuan and Zhang Yan. Zhang Yan has appeared on the map. There is the looter army that we have to fight, right? Yep. Alright, we have to fight them for our mission. We can't reach them. But maybe they'll come fight us if they see us. I hope they will just take the initiative here. Please consider it. I don't want them to see too many units. That might discourage them. So I think we can try to ambush here. Alright. Praying that he turns around. Oh, they fired one eunuch, finally. We're not recruiting him, just taking a look at him. Okay. Useless. Not that useful either. Okay, so we're just gonna hopefully get that mission triggered. We need to trigger missions to get our story continued here. We're gonna get caltraps, satisfaction for vanguards, reduce recruitment for melee infantry. We're headed for this replenishment bonus. I think we're gonna use these turns while we're regionalists to get this done here. That's it. Let's hope they turn around, please. Alright, He got destroyed. The looter ran that way. That's a problem. Bribery gets you nowhere. Official arrives demanding to see you. When you're alone, he asks you for a payment to not report you to the government and strip you of your titles. Your brother Zheng, who has been drowning his sorrows in a bottle, hears this injustice, ties the official to a post, and flogs him viciously. You think it's best if you resign your commission. That should have triggered after we captured all of Pingyuan, because that's basically the post we got and then the post we lost through that event. Not historically. Historically, Liu Bei was the one doing the whipping. Zhang Fei did it during the Romance of the Three Kingdom novels. I'm not so scared of this army if they fight us and we're together. But we're going to try to catch them. Alright, we finally can catch them. Let's do it. This will finish the mission. We're going to be fighting it, cutting it out. It's not going to be too interesting. Although we can get a duel. But you guys have probably seen these duels more than enough times. Let's just jump in here. Alright, after thinking about it, I think we might as well still show it. It's going to be the first duel for Guan Yu. He's going to be killing a lot of generals for us in this campaign. So I learned a few things about these deployables as I played them. First off, the enemy's not going to actively try to capture them. So if you just put them off to the side, they will continue to kill the enemy. They won't actually go try to capture them. They'll just keep marching towards your units. This is not that useful for this because they don't have any cavalry. Now we'll just put it, but we're going to put them just, I guess, here. We don't want to block our own units either. And we'll just put the fire here. And for our other units, we don't need a front line really. We just need our archers. We want to put them away from the tower so they don't accidentally go capture it. So this would be great. We're going to use the sword units. So apparently now sword beats spear and axe beats shield. That's how the new patch works. Zhang Fei won't be dueling. He'll stay in the back. And these guys are just going to hang out here. Alright, let's get started. We'll let them approach us and we'll get a duel started here. Closer to us. There we go. That's why we're doing this. Guan Yu's first blood. No mercy, splash damage to start things off. There we go. Come on, Guan Yu, the wine's getting cold. Alright, we're winning. We're starting to cause terror. Ooh. I'm going to ignore the units in the back. And also, we didn't light the fire, but whatever. Finish him. There we go. First blood. Alright, Zhang Fei gets some experience. Yeah, we didn't need to worry about them. Although lighting the fire would have been nice. Alright, Guan Yu will go chase down as well. Where are they trying to charge? Alright, I'm going to cut to the end, but I'm going to let Guan Yu chase them down a little bit for experience. So see you guys later. Alrighty. Finally got this mission done. Chasing looters around all episode. We'll get unity points. Let's see what mission we get next. Move any character to the falling city. Han Fu calls for aid. Han Fu is dead. Han Fu is dead. Want us to move into Bohai small city? We can do that. What we're going to do is actually, the boundary works like this, right? So we're actually going to run Liu Bei through the territory and towards Guan Yu. We're going to, let's see, can he pull back a little bit? He can actually take the fishing port. What we're going to do is we're going to go on march and go help our brother if we have to fight that. But we just want to get into the territory, but then we want to leave the territory. So let's go here first. Does that not count? Did we not step into the territory? We should have maybe taken a little baby step here first. But there's no rush. We just need to make sure we don't get killed by him. We're not taking any territories yet. That's the whole point of being regionalists. We just want to move a little bit. Can we move a little closer to Liu Bei? We can't. Are we stuck in the... We might be stuck in the zone. I don't know if we should... Yeah, it's too far. We have to head back to like almost within the city boundary. We should have stepped here. Well, it's too late to change our mind here. We might as well slip a little south. There's an easy way to free him. We can attack and then break siege, and then he'll automatically leave the city zone. So we're not too worried about that. We're going to end turn and see what Zhang Bao does. Hopefully he goes somewhere else. If he comes to fight us, then this army is the one I'm worried about because it's on march. Let's hope they don't have night battle. Do they have night battle? Veteran. They could have night battle. It's definitely a possibility. Alright, let's hope for the best. Let's continue. Yeah, let's... Another wife candidate. Didn't take a look at her. 26, good age. Populace, good for her. Public order. Oh, this is definitely a good wife candidate. Was a looter. Should we marry a looter? We could recruit her, marry her. That's not a bad choice, to be honest. What's her skill tree like? The skill tree is a little bad. Level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6. And she's married. Never mind then. Never mind then. End turn. Alright, they don't have night battle, but they have reinforcement army from the garrison as well. So I think here the best option is just to retreat. I don't think they can catch us if we just retreat. Also depends on which way we run to. Hopefully towards Liu Bei. Let's hope this works. Alright, the Alliance of the Yellow Turbans are attacking the bandits. Alright, we have new characters. Potential wife. We'll take a look at these at the beginning of our next episode. We're going to end things here. What we're going to do is actually sneak back into Lu Zhi's territory to heal up real quick, and then bounce back into Bohai to pick up our mission. Just walking back is a little bit dangerous with Zhang Bao right next to us. Now Tao Tian is pretty active on the map. He is launching a sneaky naval assault onto the Yellow Turban heartland. So we'll see how he does next episode as well. But we're going to pull ourselves over here at the start of the next episode. So hope you enjoyed this start. Very eager to play Liu Bei. Patience is the key here. We start out quite young, so we have time to do a lot of things. So see y'all next episode. Bye!